Recording live from the Jon Jon and Company studio in Denver, Colorado, the Jon Jon Happy Hour. Now here's your host, the friend you didn't know you needed, Jon Jon Lennon.
Hey everybody, it's me, and welcome back to the Jon Jon Happy Hour, special edition Cup of Jon Jon. Can you believe we've been doing this show now for exactly 1 week? Before I go any further, you guys may hear me talking about this a lot, but I'm going to hit on it again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of you guys who are tuning in to not only the Jon Jon Happy Hour, but the JJHH Cup of Jon Jon. It really means the world that we all get to wake up together every single morning. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. There are mornings that it is really, really tough to get motivated and get this podcast out. But I want to do it because I know you all enjoy it, and of course, I do as well. Which was actually a beautiful segue because today is Motivational Monday. It also happens to be June 1st, folks. Can you believe it? We are already in June. This quarantine has really done a number on my brain as far as time goes. But it's crazy to think that we are in June. If you are familiar with my family, you know that June is actually a very important month for our family. It's the month that we celebrate my sister Jeanette all month long. Happy birthday, Jeanette. I know your birthday is coming up, and I know she listens. So let's all send her lots and lots of love for her B-Day. I actually pulled up today's daily teaching from The Secret. You guys may have heard me talk about it last week, but this one really, really resonated with me. And I think it's a great way to not only start the week, but start the entire month of June. Y'all ready? Here we go. The Secret Daily Teaching for June 1. You create your life through your thoughts and the law of attraction. And every single person does the same. It doesn't work if you know about it. It has always been working in your life and every other person's life throughout history. When you become aware of this great law, then you become aware of how incredibly powerful you are to be able to think your life into existence. Holy moly! That one really sticks with me because you guys may have heard me talk about the law of attraction in the past. And one of the theories that I actually hold very dear to me is this concept of the law of attraction is working, just like this daily teaching says, whether you're aware of it or not. It's very similar to the law of gravity, right? You don't have to believe the law of gravity for it to be real and in effect, right? But it's very similar, and it's the exact same verbiage, the law of attraction, the law of gravity. So just keep that in mind. I think that's really interesting. So the law of attraction is working whether you are aware of it or not, whether you're having those positive thoughts or those not so positive thoughts. So just something to consider. I think it's a really interesting way to look at this philosophy because, like I said, it's occurring whether we are conscious of it occurring or not. So why don't we this week, anytime that we have a negative thought of any sorts, let's shift that into a positive. Again, I know that we can't conquer every single mental illness by simply wishing it away or hoping it away, but I do believe our state of mind is an incredible piece to our mental health. And if we can take those small steps like saying positive affirmations to ourselves and being aware that what we put out comes back, I think really we can make huge shifts in one another's lives. So there it is. And kind of speaking into that same breath, I was really moved a couple of days ago with one of my neighbors. So a little bit of background for you guys. I have this neighbor who owns this older home. He's an older gentleman, very, very gruff, but smaller stature, really keeps to himself. And our dog actually has aged over the course of time, which is normal, right? And her ability to utilize her back legs is becoming a little bit more difficult for her. So what we, of course, do is we take her either in her stroller or we hand carry her to a grassy patch so that she can do her business and then we can get her back home. Of course, we let her stretch and exercise to make sure that those muscles still work. But that's really how our little Cookie Monster goes potty. And so anyway, next door, this neighbor has, of course, their front lawn, and then there's a patch of sidewalk, of course, and then there's the patch of grass that's next to the street. I, like many of my neighbors, utilize that patch in the event that they're walking and their dog, takes a whiz or takes a whoop. And one day, he actually decided that he was going to simply fence that area off. Okay, cool. No big deal. With most of my neighbors, I do genuinely try to make an effort to not be a total dickbag to them, right? So anytime I see this gentleman, I wave to him, and oftentimes I either get very short one-word answers or no response at all. But you know what I was going to do? I was going to continue motivating myself to continue being kind and killing him with kindness, for the lack of better words. And so that's exactly what I did. I didn't relent. Every day I would say hello to him. I would literally emote all of this goodness energy. I would just like, it would be palpable. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use my good witch power, sir, and it's gonna work. And of course, it didn't work. Every day I get mean mugged when I take Cookie Monster out to go potty, and this continues for a while. I don't let up and continue. This last week, and forgive me because I actually got a little bit emotional talking about this. I actually walked Cookie out to the patchy grass, and the neighbor made direct eye contact with me, put his hand up, and said, "Hey, how's it going?" Wild. Literally, the neighborhood grump who grunts and groans at anyone being in front of his home initiated a conversation with me. I got to tell you guys, that really struck a chord with me. And not because of any other reason other than knowing that if you continue putting out good energy, it is inevitable. It is the law. It has to come back to you. And that's exactly what happened in this story. And I'm going to be frank with you guys. The first 5, 6, 7 times I was nice to this guy, it was tough, right? But don't relent. Continuously be yourselves. I also heard, and by heard, I mean I read this on Twitter, and it was a really interesting tweet. And someone tweeted, don't let your hurt turn you into the person that you're not. And I think there's a lot of truth to that, right? When we are hurt or we go through any sort of turmoil in our past, it often scars us in a way that affects our persona, our personality, right? And I think that's really important. Don't let those things affect who you truly are at the core. Ooh, we are getting heavy on this Monday. Well, I'm actually sipping on my coffee this morning. Today's honorable mug is our beautiful Frida Kahlo mug from Cozumel. I love Cozumel. You know what? I'm actually going to post a picture of me and my babes in Cozumel. It's one of my favorite pictures. And I'll also post a picture of the beautiful view of our resort because that's where this mug takes me when I drink coffee out of it. Well, let's all go ahead and take a sip of our cup of Java. You thought I was going to say Jon Jon, I know. I was going to. Oh my God, we got another cafe mocha in here today, folks. A cafe mocha.
All right.
Well, I want to thank you guys again for listening to another episode of the Cup of Jon Jon Happy Hour Special Edition. Remember, I'm going to be posting new episodes here every single day. That's Monday through Sunday on your favorite podcasting platforms or YouTube TV. You can learn more about me at jonjonlannon.com, and of course, follow me all over social media at JonJonLannon. I love you guys so much, and until next time, ta-ta!